Good morning, dear students. Today you are going to learn on female remedy named Cyclamen europaeum. Cyclamen europaeum, its common name is sow bread and it belongs to the family Primulaceae and its brewer is Dr. Hahnemann. See, this remedy is very similar to pulsatilla. There are some differences also there, but almost similar to pulsatilla. And this remedy is mainly indicated for affections of uterus, for anemia and choleric conditions. Thermally very chilly patient. And the miasms are sora and psychosis. Coming to the adaptability, best is suited for leukophlegmatic persons with anemic or chloritic conditions. You will learn calcareous carb. That remedy is also very much leukophlegmatic in nature. Then for anemic or chlorotic conditions, you will learn ferromet. Again anemia that is seen in natrum mode. Here also it is a remedy for anemia. And in cyclamen, the person get easily fatigued and for consequence not inclined to any kind of labor, feeble or suspended functions or organ or special senses. So it is more commonly adapted to leukophlegmatic persons with anemia. Next about etiology. Main complaint is from suppressed grief and terrors of conscience, from duty not done or bad act committed. Again, complaints after suppressed grief. You can learn silent grief in case of ignitia, natrum mode, etc. Here also, main complaint is from suppressed grief. Then coming to the characteristic symptom, persons who are very pale, chlorotic, with vertigo, headache and dim vision. Regarding menses, early, dark, profuse, clotted and better during menses. See, the menses is early, profuse and dark, also clotted in nature and always better during menses. The same symptoms we are learned in remedies like dark clotted blood is in case of platina. Here the menses is early, but in case of pulsatilla, it is too late. And the menarche is also very much late. And here the patient is better during menstruation. The same symptom is noticed in lachesis, magphos, zingamet. And next important symptom is in GIT, that is satiety after a few mouthful. Food then becomes repugnant, causes nausea. Easy satiety is you are studied in case of lycopodium. Here also there is easy satiety after taking a few mouthful of food. Then another important symptom that is similar to pulsatilla. This patient is also thirstlessness. And also again similar to pulsatilla, for complaints from bad effects after eating fat food, especially pork. Very much inclined to weep. Again desire for solitude as in case of natrum mode. So these are the characteristic symptoms. Many symptoms are similar to pulse like thirstlessness, fat food aggravation, weeping tendency, etc. So pale, remember it is a remedy for anemia and chlorotic nature, menses early, profuse, dark, clotted and always better during periods. And also there is easy satiety after taking few mouthful of food. All the complaints are associated with thirstlessness and for bad effects from eating fatty food, especially for the lady or women is inclined to weep and also desire for solitude. And then coming to the mental symptoms, suffers from terrors of conscience, grief over duty neglected. Also the patient may have much crying for solitude and weeping affords relief. Aversion to and disinclination for work. The similar disinclination aversion is seen in as a sluggish nature in case of pulsatilla too. Here the patient is cries for solitude, similar to natrum or weeping tendency, again similar to pulsatilla. And also there is suffers from terrors of conscience and grieve over the duty neglected. Coming to say head symptoms, remedy for headache in anemic persons with flickering before eyes, dim vision on rising in morning, onset headache. See, it is a remedy for anemia. So there is some vertigo, headache, and some dimness of vision, all signals that are associated with anemia. Vertigo, things go in a circle, better in a room. Warm, worse, warm, open air. See, this remedy is worse in open air, but pulsatilla is relieved by craves for open air. Coming to eye symptoms, there is flickering before eyes, fairly sparse as of various colors, glittering needles, dim vision of fog or smoke. So, see, these symptoms are also associated with anemia. Vision is dim, worse on waking, with spots before eyes. Also for convergent strabismus. Sees countless stars. For diplopia, for disturbance of vision associated with gastric disturbances. So, in eye symptoms, there is dimness of vision, strabismus, diplopia, and flickering with various visions, colors see. Then stomach, for easy satiety after taking few mouthfuls, similar to lycopodium. And food then becomes repugnant, causes nausea. Saliva and all the food has a salty taste. Remedy for hiccup, like eructation, worse fatty food. Disgust for meat, especially pork. But there is desire for lemonade. And it is a thirstless remedy. So, remember the GIT symptoms. Easy satiety is there. Saliva tasting salty. Then disgust for food, meat, especially pork. And there is desire for lemonade. And the patient is thirstless. Coming to rectum. Pain about anus and perineum, as if a spot were suppurating when walking and sitting. And diarrhea after every cup of coffee. Also there is hiccup. Then female symptom, study well. First about menses, too early, too profuse, black, clotted. Black menses are seen in Ophidia group also. You have studied lachesis, crotalus, etc. having black nature. Clotted nature again seen in Trillium. Here the menses is early, profuse, black, clotted, membranous. Pulsatilla, it is very much light, pale, scanty. And better during flow. Better during flow is the seen in zingomet, lachesis and macphos. But worse during flow is seen in actiracimos and pulsatilla. Pulsatilla, there is much pain also. The character of pain is that pain with chilliness. Here with labor-like pains from back to pubis. Flowless when moving about. Menstrual irregularities with migraine and blindness or fiery spots before eyes. Hiccup during pregnancy. For postpartum hemorrhage with colicky bearing down pains with relief after gush of blood. Study well the female symptoms. Remember the menses, which is early, profuse, black, clotted, and always better during flow. And the flow is less whenever the patient moves out. And this is associated with the migraine, vertigo, blindness. Eye symptoms and head symptoms associated with the female symptoms. Because the patient is very much anemic or chlorotic in nature. And then coming to the extremities, there is burning, sore pain in heels when walking, standing or walking in open air. Open air gives aggravation in case of cyclamen. Pain in parts where bone lie near the surface. Again, cramp legs, contraction of right thumb and index finger. Pain in periosteum. skin. For acne, there is pruritus, better by scratching and better by appearance of menses. Also for chilblains. Modalities: aggravation open air, cold water, cold bathing, menses aggravate, menses. No, all sinners are better during menses. Aggravation sitting, standing, lying at night. Amelioration, warm room, indoors, better during menstrual flow by moving about, rubbing parts in warm room and lemonade. Next, for comparison, first pulsatilla, almost similar to pulsatilla in certain symptoms. Pulsatilla is also thirstless. This remedy is also thirstless. But cyclamen is the aversion to open air because the symptoms is aggravated. The opposite is seen in case of pulsatilla, that is patient craves for open air. And cyclamen is mentally irritable, morose, but pulsatilla patient is mild, gentle, etc. Then regarding menses also, too early, too profuse, black clotted nature is seen in case of cyclamen, whereas in pulsatilla it is too late, pale and scanty. And also patient get worse during menstruation. But in case of cyclamen, it is better during menstruation. And regarding discharges, the peculiar nature of discharge of pulsatilla, which is thick, bland and yellowish, is seen in case of pulsatilla. Then Syngona, comparing for remedy for anemia or chlorotic nature, comes from loss of vital fluids. Here also it is remedy for anemia and chlorotic condition. Again Ferromet, again for anemia. There is particular headache, patient is very much sensitive, and there is vertigo in case of Ferromet due to anemia. It is remedy for anemia. Then crocus having peculiar nature of black hemorrhage, but it is very much stringy. That is, even a drop can be drawn into a thread. That means stringiness is seen in case of crocus, but it is also black in nature. Tuja, there is something alive in abdomen. There is a sensation in crocus also. Crocus, not in cyclamen also, there is a sensation as something alive in abdomen. Ambragresia for female complaints, but there is a peculiar nature of leucorrhea also. That is whitish, bluish nature of leucorrhea is seen in case of ambragresia. The menses of platina also dark clotted and it is early in nature. But in case of sepia, irregular menses of nearly every forms are there. That is maybe early or late, scanty or profuse, etc. In case of lachesis at regular time, menses at regular time but scanty, short and feeble is there, and the patient is better during menstruation. Trillium usually black, but bright black and clotted, but there is also bright red in color also, and there is severe flow, that is flooding nature with fainting is noticeable in trillium. Staphysagria also, it is a remedy having indignation about things done by others and grieves about in consequences. That much mental symptoms is present in staphysagria. And remember Ferrum Syngona for anemic condition. Extreme paleness and hemorrhagic death is noticeable in Ferromet. Weeping tendency remedy, pulsatilla, matorinum, natramur, cyclamen also having weeping tendency. So study well the female symptoms and GAT of cyclamen. Thank you.